Welcome to the Bougie Multipreneur Podcast. I'm your host, Hillary Heschauer Jones. Tune into my show where we discuss how to attract more money so you can spend more money. Hey everyone, I'm Hillary Heschauer Jones, and I'm your host of the Bougie Multipreneur. Thanks for listening. Today I want to dig in a little bit to something a little uncomfortable, perhaps. Let's talk about issues that affect our business. And this is something that I can speak on personally, and I'll give you an example later, but also as a business coach, I come across this all the time. And, we're not all that different. We all have very similar issues and problems, and I think it's good to talk about it. This is why I love talking about it with my clients, friends, anyone. So, one of the big things that I get and also happens to me, so I'm sure you can agree with this once I get through this, is that our personal problems tend to arise and cause issues in our business. That being said, let's talk about a business that you're like, I'm doing everything that I normally do. Nothing's changed, but I'm not seeing the revenue that I used to. Or if you're a chiropractor like me, you're like, I'm not, all of a sudden our patient numbers have dropped, or we're not getting new patients or new people in the door. And I'm doing all this extra, outside the office things, XYZ. We're doing events, we're doing this and that. And I'm calling and following up on people, and you feel like, you're doing everything you can. What could it be, right? I think this took me a long time to learn. I would say maybe 10 plus 15 years ago. And it's hard to see sometimes on your own. That's why it's great to have a coach or a mentor, a business friend, or an accountability group that can help you see, like, hey, Hillary, is there something else going on that could be affecting your business? And could your negative energy from home or a different job be affecting this current job? I like to think of it as like the universe isn't going to give you more than you can handle, right? Or God's not going to put more on your plate than you can handle, however you want to look at it. But perhaps if you are like, I'm just so busy, I'm just so frustrated, this isn't going well, and it's a lot of like negative talk, you're releasing, or you're feeling a lot of negative inside of you. Maybe you say negative things, you can see it on your face and your body language. That really affects what's going to come to you, right? So if we think about, how is my attitude been, my body language? How am I talking to myself for that matter, right? How often do you even just stand back and think about the things that you say to yourself? I'm just as bad. I do talk negative to myself, and I really hate it when I talk negative and my kids are around and hear that. But that negative energy you bring out and put out in the world is going to come back, right? How many times back is it going to come? I don't know. Maybe it's like twofold, who knows, tenfold. But our personal problems could be our business problems in disguise. So instead of thinking, I got to work on my business, step back. If you're helping your friend and you want to just, can I give you a piece of advice, or can I give you an observation? You've been really negative lately, and that could be impacting your business. What's going on, Hillary? Honestly, I don't talk to myself that way, but I'm just saying, if the person's name was also Hillary, that's what I would say to her. What is it in my personal life? I can look back over the last 17 plus years that I've been in business and say, like, a lot of times it's the relationship with a spouse. So if that is, or kids, right? I'm going to go through examples, but for me, I'm just going to be honest. And if I'm upset with my spouse, that does tend to like bring me more negative. And I have over the years noticed dips in revenue and sales correlating to like a big event like that. It could be, you are arguing with your kids, or what if you guys have teenagers and they're just cranky, I've got some teens and they are just little cranky ones. I don't want to curse on here, but they're big cranky. Or what if you have extended family that's putting a lot of pressure on you all the time, or I know I hate to say this, but what if they live with you? That could be some negativity, right? and over again. What if you're not in a good relationship? It's hard to say, right? What about if it's graduation coming up, like some school thing, or heaven forbid, a death in the family, or death of a friend or spouse or child, or an injury, let's say. These are things that you may not think of, and you're like, I just don't know why my business isn't flourishing. But I also have just sprained my ankle and I'm upset about that. I'm in pain every day. I can't work out like I want to. I know I'm gaining weight. I can't do anything for myself. My kids aren't helping. It's just, see how it can be like a negative spiral. So think about what you're portraying and what you want the universe to give to you. What about, instead of saying, yeah, my ankle hurts, this is why this is happening, but I know it'll get better. How about like rephrasing some things we say? And yes, I have, let's say, an ankle sprain, or a graduation party, or I'm planning something. And I'm glad that I have enough money to cover that. And I'm glad that I can take time off of work to let my body heal. And I'm thankful that I can be with my family during this time. So even the way we could maybe reword some of the things we're saying, and the body language, the posture, our mental being, are we writing things down? For me, I hate to admit this, but I do not love journaling. Yes, dare I say it, I do not enjoy journaling. I don't know what it is, you guys. I know it's so good for you, but I do pick up my several journals that I have, probably 6 or 12 of them around here. And I do write in there to get it off my mind and on paper, and maybe in a way to just release it. I think I probably could go one step further and rip it out of there and just throw it away too, and be done with that negative thought and feeling. Point being, the universe is going to give us what we're asking and what we're telling, right? If my tell sign is that I'm so stressed out, I'm so upset, I don't have time for everything, nothing's working out. Do you think the universe is going to give me more? Or is the universe going to take away? Because it could be saying, oh, Hillary is very overwhelmed and she's in a rough time with her kids or her husband. So let's back off and let's give her more space and more time, right? In reality, we're like, no, we want to make money. We want more revenue. We want whatever it is for our business. So again, make sure you are throwing out there what you want. And if there's some negative thoughts and feelings and words, get it out a different way. Say it all and then be done with it. Let's be more positive with the yes and things, and be a yes and girl instead of a no but, and I don't like this or that, and everything's going wrong with my life, right? Tell the universe what we want. Tell them that we have time for the things that we want. And like I've said in my previous podcast, tell the universe you want money to drop effortlessly into your lap. Don't tell the universe that you're too busy, you're too tired, you don't have enough this or that. I'm ready for more, universe. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to attract positive people around me, right? Another thing that kind of correlates to this is, you ever have those times when you feel like everything is going wrong? Like the business isn't going well, the kids are misbehaving, all of a sudden your furnace blew, now you need a new furnace and a new car, and how can everything go wrong all at once? Like, how many of you have had this happen to you? And you can probably like laugh about it now, but I feel like we all have had these things. Multiple things go wrong all at once. I used to think it was like a string of threes, like 3 bad things were going to happen and then something positive is going to happen, right? What's next? It's hard when you're in the moment, right? To look back and go, I wonder what the lesson is in this. And I wonder what the universe is trying to tell me. Or better yet, what's in store for me? What new thing is going to come and happen because I had to go through all this BS, right? All this crap I have to go through. There better be something good on the outside of this universe. Or if you're praying to God, like, come on, I will go through all this crap that you're putting on my plate. But in the end, I want a pretty plate, dang it. What's the lesson to be learned in all of this? You've got your business isn't going well, you've got all these house issues. Maybe the lesson is that you need to manage money better. I don't know. I'm just making this up. It's hard for me to give an exact example of this because in the moment of things, I'm not thinking about writing down all the bad things that go wrong, and knock on wood, things are going really well right now. So I don't want to jinx it and talk negative. But what is the next thing that could possibly happen? Yes, my house blew up in flames. I don't know. And I'm so thankful I had insurance to cover all of this. And I'm so thankful that I get time to spend with my kids. And this is a great lesson for them about family and safety. I know this is pretty dramatic, right? Hopefully no one has gone through this, but what about it's the car, a car issue. We all hate it when our cars malfunction, right? Yes, our car blew up and we always wanted a better one because we hated that one. And now we can do it. And that just means we'll make more money because the universe will know we need more money to pay for a car because now we're going to get our dream car. And I never liked that color. So I'm going to get a new color that I like and enjoy. And just keep going on. What are some positive things we can pull from the negative? What does the universe have in store? What are God's plans? We just don't know. But I do know, and I know that you feel that way too, the more positiveness you speak out and do for others too, right? The more positive will come back for you. So, let's just say you're in a funk. Business is in a funk. You're in a funk. Everything's a funk, right? Why don't you go do something positive? Change it up. Why don't you go volunteer? Why don't you go do something for someone else? Buy something for someone else. Put some positivity out there, do something different, dress a different way, change your house around, change the layout of your office space, change the way you go to work. Just change some things up. If you always eat turkey sandwiches, do something else. Make some tuna fish. I don't know, but do something else. If the way things are going aren't working, maybe that's a good way to learn something new. If you're not happy at work, maybe that's a calling that you should look into something else and find what else is important to you. Tell the universe what you want. Don't tell the universe that you don't have time to do this or that, or you're just so busy. We're all busy. I get it. I have multiple businesses too. Hence why I'm the bougie multipreneur, right? Because I like crazy nice things. And my next thing on my list to get is a Dior bag, and I'm going to get it. But I did put some pre-qualifications on my Dior bag that I want. I need to accomplish certain things before I do that, because if you give me a goal and an end target, I will obtain that target and I will keep pushing and pushing until I get it. So I put a big fancy goal at the end because I'm bougie like that. And I'm going to keep pushing and being positive. And just the other day, I looked at the bag online and thought about how beautiful that would look on me. So again, telling the universe what I want, that I'm going to accomplish XYZ goals to get that bag that I want. I'm going to say that there is time, and universe, bring on more to me. Also drop money effortlessly into my lap, large sums, like $100K by the end of the summer. Drop it in my lap. I'll do the work. Give me some guidance. I'm going to be positive. I'm going to learn from anything that's going on that's negative. Yes, and is going to be my new language. Keep those butts out of there. Keep them in the seats. So just to recap, remember that some business issues are personal problems in disguise, and it's okay to talk about it, everyone. Talk about it to your business coach, your friend, your accountability partner, your spouse, but it's okay. And if you don't see it, I have so been there before. It's kind of like eye-opening when you have that good friend or business coach that points it out to you, because it's so common, you guys. And if you are like, oh, I've never had that happen to me, it probably has happened and you just didn't know it, because when you're in the thick of it, you're in the trenches, you're in the mud, you don't see that negative stuff swarming around you. And some people are just more negative than others. And I've literally told my friends before, like, you are quite negative today. Like, let's turn this around, right? Be that friend that inspires others, that is positive. Tell your friends nicely or gently if you want, or not gently and nicely if you don't want to. Tell them however you want that they're being negative, and what are some ways we can move this around and make our life a more yes and life. Tell the universe to drop money effortlessly into your lap and bring me a Dior bag. Have a great day, everyone. Click subscribe so you don't miss the next episode, and let's make some money.